Frank only has one loss on his record, and that one loss was actually in the championship bracket last year in the finals against Influx. So he is no ordinary opponent to go up against. But when Swang is on fire, he is awfully tough to beat no matter who you are.
Oh yeah, definitely. Both of them have probably one of the biggest opponents on the other side that they've ever had to face. So this is going to be really interesting. It's going to be a match you don't want to miss because this is going to be craziness left and right, I'm sure.
Looks like we have readies from both players. Don pointing out that Frank has actually not even given up a single game so far in this bracket.
Yeah, that's that's how strong Frank has been. But we mentioned Song is on the other side, and he's been doing real well as well in this tournament. Okay, taking a couple of losses here and there, but I mean, nothing too bad. He's still coming strong this Sunday.
Swang looking to horizontal those yellows in columns 1 and 2, but he's kind of in a situation where, okay, maybe he's going to manufacture a cross clear. That's an interesting choice there.
Yeah, they're complicating a little bit the things there. Those reds, I think he doesn't want to take them down because he's seeing the possibility to perhaps take the horizontal in both the yellow and the blue. But at this point, yeah, he just decides to
Oh,
clear
very
up some
nice.
stuff and continue moving.
Good horizontal clear from Swang, who has a small lead early on. Frank's board, he's a bit spired in column 5, and it's unfortunately surrounded by more blue, which really narrows his options as far as clearing out garbage is concerned. But that play right there is going to set up a triple horizontal at the bottom of his board.
In spite of all that spire blue, really, because as you can see, there's no yellow on site for Frank, but he's working with what the doctor is giving him. Not a lot left to do for Frank, but still trying to work with it.
Swang basically has a canyon in the middle of his board right now. This horizontal is going to help cut down some of the garbage on his board, but right now he needs things that are not blue on that particular side right now. Looks like he's setting up for the horizontal on those reds, and he is going to get it quite soon. This double red is going to be perfect for him.
Yeah, clears the garbage and it just makes his life easier for the remaining bars that he has on the board. Oh, is he gonna go for the horizontal as well on that yellow to bring down those reds? That might be the plan for Song.
That might be, but at the same time, he still has a couple layers to deal with.
Oh,
It looked like he was trying to flip it in there.
yeah,
Now
but
it look
the
Now it
speed
looks
just
like
makes it
he's just
difficult.
gonna try to, okay, this is the perfect pill to get rid of those last two viruses. You could tell that was a bit of a complicated horizontal at his end game that kind of gummed up the works a little, but managed to handle it pretty well. And now he's going to start tearing into this second level. Frank, in the meantime, still has 3 viruses left.
He hasn't been getting all the blue that he needs, and oh, that's
Oh,
a little bit
trying
too
to set
much
up the
to the right.
other 5 pill punish for Frank for that one. Gets out at a 307.
But that's just showing
Ooh,
how both of these players are respecting each other, knowing that, yeah, on the other side, there's no slouch, and you just have to risk it sometimes.
yeah. There was a miss of a red yellow on Swang's board a little bit ago. It looks like he's going to manage to horizontal and clear out the garbage.
Yeah, after all of that, you wouldn't say that Song had too much of problems there, but now his board is becoming very red and yellow. Manages to open up some blue to continue working.
This board of Swang's is getting a little bit interesting. He might potentially be setting up an L clear right here, and here it comes. And then a
and then the horse. Wow.
great play. A 15 virus lead early on for Swang after Frank had a rough level 14.
Yeah, I mean, Song has been doing an excellent job of working with these pills that he's been getting. It's not been the optimal pills, but he's making them look like they were.
Yeah, Swang is just coming up with some great plays all over the place. He is just hammering away at this board like nobody's business. Drop horizontal clear right there. It looks like he might be shaking his head because he wanted to ultimately horizontal those two reds in the bottom corner.
Yeah, and
It
unfortunately,
looks like
he didn't get the right yellow to get all of those yellows at once. But
it
that's not
looks like
much of a problem.
he is going to concede that he's just going to have to. This is a tricky endgame for Swang, and blinking you miss it. Frank is already out of 15. So after a really difficult 14 from Frank, he absolutely destroyed level 15.
I mean, it's also Frank's idea to just start moving really quickly, and Song, yeah, had to just take those two reds in the end separately, and that has cost him about 12 viruses at this point.
Yeah. There is plenty of Dr. Mario left to be played, however. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination. And Swang, if he can get some timely red pills, can really start ripping into this level 16.
And more so now that Frank doesn't have a lot of yellow on the top line, just the one. He's gonna start playing horizontally with those yellows to try and make as most use of them as possible.
Nice cross from Swang to eliminate a few more viruses very quickly. Frank possibly looking to do a drop combo with this next pill coming up. Looks like he's just gonna flip that over, set up a quick horizontal on the yellows.
I mean that.
Yeah, after that rough 14, he has come back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and he has come back with the big drop combos with not only taking down one horizontal but also two at some points. So this is just Frank at its best at this point.
Frank is just putting on a clinic right now. He's just destroying these levels like almost like they're not even there. It's just incredible to see that this is a level of efficient play. Nice undertuck on the red to set up the horizontal at the bottom of his board. I like that play.
And not only that, he's setting horizontals on both sides, and that's it's difficult because you're usually left with some garbage somewhere. But he has managed to just keep it so clean that he can take row one horizontally.
Frank is out at of 16 at a 724. Those 15 and 16 have essentially taken him just a little over 4 minutes. That is a phenomenal pace.
Definitely, and Song continues with this horizontals. He has the setup for those blues. Gonna leave a little garbage there, but yeah, he would rather take the garbage separately than everything else that he has set up at this point. He needs some blue and yellow, which seems to be coming at least to one pill there. He's gonna try to use this for a horizontal, and it's just two more blues in order for him to be out.
Doc just needs to give it to him, and here they come. So at about 8:08, Swang is going to go into level 17, and he is down by 25 viruses.
I mean, now Frank's showing how he can take advantage of one level, and that just keeps him in the driving seat. But right now, he needs a lot of yellow, and it's not coming his way. So that's giving Song the time to start working on his 17.
I like how Swang is playing the 17 so far. Very flat, very quick and efficient. This is exactly the pill he needs to drop that chain, and he has closed the gap to 13 already.
And he has quite a diversity still on his board. A little bit of red missing, but other than that double red, hopefully he won't be getting some more.
Let's see what Swan can do with the rest of the time that he has. This blue is something that he definitely does not need right now, but he could really use some yellow, not giving it to him. He's
But
still down by 12 viruses, and he's still slowly closing that gap. And now that deficit is shot. It was 9, but it shot right back up to 13 with some solid play by Frank.
yeah, but if nothing else, at this level 17, Song is showing how to use well, in this case, red pills that he didn't really need, and actually finding a use for them later on. So this is as well a clinic by Song of how to play these levels. But of course, frankly, it's on the other side, and if there's someone that knows his way around this game, is Frank.
Frank is going to get out at just over 10 minutes at a 10:01. So game 1 to Frank. Pulled off an excellent comeback after a really tough 13.
But Song still with the big combos there, just the very nice setups with this last red he needs with the horizontal. He just needs a bit of yellow. There's really not much more that he can do at this point.
Yeah. 3 more yellows and he'll be done as well. And the doc is still not giving him much, but that's going to get him out at a 10:42. So Frank's 10:01 is a hot time, taking sole possession of 7th place on the list.
Indeed, that's the best time in the 10-minute mark. So yeah, Frank just continues putting times there on the top 10 for this block. And both of these players already wanting to jump into the next game.
Both want to keep their momentum going. And here comes the countdown. And we're off in game 2 of the best of 5. Frank versus Swang. Swang in his second final of the year, as is Frank.
All right, and we have Swang off the gate and Frank just right behind him. Interesting situation there for Swang. The colors vary in blocks is how he has them. He's probably gonna go for the horizontal to start bringing down that yellow garbage, perhaps.
Yeah, Swang was forced into some early drill clears. Not something you want to do, because those seconds that it costs you, they really add up in time. See, he's shaking his head again because he really doesn't want to do those drill clears. But
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate board to start there, but well, doing the best that he can at this point.
yeah, I mean, so far he has a half a dozen virus lead, which ain't bad against Frank at any point in time.
Yeah, he's keeping up in spite of the slight time difference. So that's what you want to do in spite of these situations where you have to lose time just in drill crews and all of that kind of stuff. Waiting for the right pills for that clear there, and
There
realizes
it
that
is.
he needs a step for that double yellow, and yeah, turns the pill right
Oh,
at
very
the
nice
exact
play.
moment.
Swang is trying to horizontal plays out of his board.
He's getting some stuff exactly for that to happen. Oh, a
He
bit of
might,
an extra flip.
yeah, maybe. Well, initially it seemed that he flipped it the wrong way and he couldn't quite correct it in time. But he's just a little bit behind right now, even though he's running about 5 seconds ahead of Frank in terms of time, and Frank has a 2 virus lead regardless. It looks like Swang is gonna try to attack that yellow virus and then drop it down into a horizontal. And these blues he does not need right now.
Yeah, he wants a red, yellow, or a double red because he wants to keep the step for the horizontal red, or that was the plan for a bit, and as well to keep the blues for the right side.
Yes. And that fat log might not have been necessarily wanted, but it was still a move that got him out of the level at a little under 3 minutes. So
Yeah,
once
but
again,
already Frank.
Frank is already tearing into level 15 and making some interesting plays here, plays on top of plays, and that triple simultaneous clear, you might make the game blink when you do that. Swang learned it the hard way in the semifinals, but Frank manages to not break Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I mean, both of these players just risking it and yeah, going for the big combos sometimes, which might have their unwanted situations, but so far everything's good in these finals.
This blue yellow is just what the doctor ordered for Swang to clear out that horizontal that he had set up a while ago. Right now, columns 4 through 7 are a bit spired up on Swang's board.
Yeah, but he's getting all the hot dogs that he needs to bring that down.
Who knew that hot dogs could actually be a good thing in excess every once
Oh
in a
yes.
while?
All in this game. All in this game.
Yep. Swang decides to set up a horizontal and set up the blue vertical clear underneath, waiting on a red yellow. So Swang needs another hot dog.
Yeah, and he needs red, yellow all around. He decides to take some garbage there on the right side because otherwise he wasn't going to be moving on his board. But he's not getting it, and that's paralyzing his board quite a bit as Frank is out of level 15 at 450 or at 447.
Swang did eventually get the hot dog that he needed. And right now he's cognizant of the situation on the bottom of his board, and he needs one more hot dog really to get out of this level. Might want to consider getting rid of those yellows. There he goes. Okay, now all he needs is any red fragment because of that last yellow fragment he set up on column 1, and now he is gonna start tearing into level 16. Frank is
Yeah,
still maintaining a 16 virus lead at this point.
indeed, and that's what's keeping him very much alive in this game. But Song quickly setting up for more horizontals there on column 5. That's he's already declaring what the plan is going to be there. It leaves a little bit of garbage, however, but the issue is the doctor is not giving him the blues that he needs in order to keep moving his board.
Nice cross clear to get rid of a big chunk of garbage in the middle of his board, but the fact is the right side of his board is staircased up and he is shaking. He is just moving his head, perhaps getting a little frustrated. He's smiling a little bit though, at least, because he
Yeah,
knows he needs a ton of blue on the right side of his board right now, and there is no access to yellow viruses right now.
yeah, and I mean he's probably also just um, grinning at Dr. Mario at this point because he knows that these levels exist in the game, and unfortunately, right now was the time for him to get one of them.
Good cross cleared by Swang to set up some more blue clears right underneath it.
But at this point, already Frank
Fortunately, it's a
20
21
viruses
virus
ahead,
gap. Mhm.
and getting exactly what Frank needs there. Those red yellows are going to help there underneath. He's just gonna take that out. Perhaps go for these two horizontals, yeah, and oh, that
Looks
had
like
the
the
option
D.
of desandwiching.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about the D sandwich too, because clearing out that red virus would leave the blues out in the open for to be cleared at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, could have actually also gone horizontally there to try and set up some stuff there with Frank, but now he's just gonna go the vertical way at this point and be out at 719.
Frank is one level 17 away from taking game two. Looked like a little bit of hesitation on that first play there.
Yeah, perhaps the big amount of blue on his top line, he had to figure out how to play that precisely in order to avoid something weird happening if, in case that unfavorable colors came on site.
I was wondering what Frank was doing for a moment in column 7, and then I saw that, excuse me, horizontal clear, and he's going to go underneath to take down column 8. Meanwhile, Swang is out at about 807, and he's going to start level 17 right now.
Yeah, but it's almost a 30 virus advantage right now for Frank. So once again, once they're into level 17, Frank has already put his hand on the desk and just showing the strength that he has in this game.
Frank is 33 viruses away from taking game 2. It looks like his board is a little bit of a canyon, not a major problem. It's still mostly flattened out, and looks like he's not really going to have too much trouble getting rid of this last couple of dozen viruses.
Yeah, he basically was waiting there for a blue yellow, but it didn't come around, so he had to start dropping down some of that setup and just take a loss in one side and continue moving on the board.
Frank is obviously going to play for the horizontal clear on those two yellows in columns 6 and 7, and this is going to be the perfect pill to do that with. This is an incredible time from Frank.
If he just gets the right pills, he's gonna be setting definitely an even harder time than he did before.
931 is Frank's time in the level block. That is number 3 on the hot times list.
Yep, Frank just taking down. First he took out some dude that's currently doing some commentary, and then after that, taking the third spot. I think he took down UPAC, so
Yeah, yes, he did.
he's
He took
basically
down your
just
time and then he
taking us
took down my
little by
time.
little.
Frank is taking no prisoners today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and including there, of course, Swan, who, well, unfortunately, is gonna have to go into game number 3 and try to reverse sweep this if he wants to have a chance at taking this May tournament.
Frank right now on the verge of having a perfect 10-0 record in games in this bracket. Swang, meanwhile, looks like he's gonna try to finish this out while Frank does a little playing around on level 0, maybe messing with his controller a little bit.
Yep, and from what I can see, Frank has taken this 10-0 once before, and it was exactly 1 year ago. So it seems like May is the month for Frank to just come in and sweep with all the competition.
So
But I'm sure,
1102 for Swang in his game 2. So we have one game remaining in the finals.
yeah, at least if Frank
Or
can just
at
close it
least one
here,
game
then
remaining. I
yeah.
should not be saying that. I'm sorry.
No, it's
That was
fine.
mean.
We know what Frank can bring, but their song on the other
Yeah.
side, and yeah, that
You
it's a
gotta put some more
possibility.
respect on Swang's name, though. He did beat me.
Oh yeah. All right, so we're gonna go off in 3, 2, 1, and pills. Let's go into game number 3.
Match point for Frank as Swang takes a moment to get ready, and both players are pretty much out the gate at the same time.
Frank with a lack of red on the top line. He's gonna start setting up some stuff on top of some horizontals that he's now declaring he's gonna go for. But
There's some nice bridge building with that blue red by Swang. and he just needs yellow blue to set it off, and so far he's not getting it. There it is. Unfortunately, the early clear stopped him from clearing some additional red viruses, but it looks like he's going to quickly take the horizontal and not wait for the perfect pill, and but instead just take a good one and create a little bit of garbage so he can move on.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to wait for the right setup and appeal to continue moving through your board. And Frank had to do that earlier on, where he couldn't do the full combo that he was setting up at the beginning of his board, but he had something just close enough that he was able to continue playing.
So far, it's a dead heat between the two players, both doing very good methodical work on this level so far. I like this horizontal setup from Swung. It's just quick, efficient, and super clean.
And while Song was getting that, Frank responded with a sweet tea with yellow pills. It just and that was with a drop combo. So that's a one step above from the usual sweet teas that we see from players.
This drop into a horizontal will clear out some more viruses for Swung, and both players are in the end game right now. It's just a question of prioritization from here, and
Oh,
it looks like a misdrop from Swung, but it's really not going to be that bad. Just don't let it get to you and just keep pressing on, because that is still a very good time through level 14.
yeah, it's mostly at this point a matter of not letting those small mistakes that you've had to continue being in your head while you try to move on in this game. It's happened. You've managed to fix that. It's time to move on.
Early on in level 15, for both players, it's the question of who's going to get the reds they need to get rid of all these red viruses on the top of their board. And it looks like Swung got him a bit quicker than Frank did, and taking advantage of that, he's taken a half a dozen virus lead in level 15.
Yeah, but at this point now, Song is still left with no red on top line. He manages to get that double blue and use it very nicely to bring down all that setup he had on columns 2 and 3.
I like that he used double yellow to attack column 8.
Yeah, so far, very nice gameplay from Song, and that has now gotten him about 10 viruses of lead in front of Frank. So far, this 15 definitely is being kinder to Song than to Frank.
Be careful, Swung. Don't do too much at once there.
Yeah, you don't want to break the game now that you are so far into level 15.
Managed to open up a 15 virus lead so far on this level. Frank's board looking a little jagged right now. That's a nice horizontal clear, though, to help flatten things out.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting setup there for Frank. It's not what you usually see, but I'm guessing that there's been a lack of reds that have appeared on his side, and therefore he has had to do some suboptimal situations.
Swang is set up pretty well for his end game. He's got a couple of horizontal set up on the bottom of his board that he's going to go ahead and take. And this is just going to flatten everything out, and he's going to coast to the end of level 15.
And with an
So
advantage of 13 viruses here, Swang making it into level 16. This is exactly what you want in order to start bringing this back.
this will give Swang a little more confidence, because he's had some rough patch in this game so far, and he's doing a nice job of bringing everything back.
Oh yeah, definitely. After listening to Frank, that's this is exactly what you need. A little bit of a boost of um, just the kindness there from Dr. Maria, and just to keep things clean. And so far, he has been doing that.
Yes, sometimes you just need that little bit of confidence, just so you can say to yourself, "Yes, I can beat Frank. I can do this." Sometimes that just little bit of confidence, that little bit of proof that you are that good,
Yeah, and we've all been there where you need that reassurance. As Frank starting to work with this level 16, but
Oh,
it's
look at that
an
clear.
interest, a weird board that so far not being what Frank really needs. Gonna get a fat log there, but yeah, he's having to figure out things, and a bit of uh, indecision there by Frank is happening.
The gap is now 23 viruses. Swang is doing a really good job of maintaining his lead. He's going to need a lot of blue in the near future, however, and here's a double blue to get him started. Great horizontal clear to get rid of 4 blue viruses right away.
Yeah, Frank can bring in some nice combos. Started having a bit of an issue on the left side where he had a lot of yellow on the top line, and now he has created a little bit more of that situation. As he has 3 columns where everything is yellow, and on the right side, it's kind of the same story. So this is slowing him down.
So far, so good for Swang, though. His end game is looking a little bit dicey, but some horizontal play on the bottom of his board might allow him to get around everything.
Yeah, those blues definitely is gonna have to start figuring out a new plan as he's kind of setting up a 3-color situation there on the
Oh,
left.
fat log setup, perfect.
Very nice.
This is also a good setup because he can clear those reds easily so he can get that blue horizontally. And Swang is going to be out of this level at a 724. Outstanding.
Oh yeah, definitely making a statement there that he can also put some hot times at least all the way to level 16, and now it's a matter of getting level 17 in the books and to get one game.
An early misdrop of a blue red in column 4 to start his level 17, it looks like. But with the looks like he's going to build a bridge so he can hopefully clear that out diagonally. Unfortunately, he has to cut the bridge down a little early. And it looks like he might just be trying to do this more conventionally.
Yeah, with the kind of pills he was getting, there was really not an easy way to start working that down.
Swung having a bit of a rough start, and it's allowed Frank to close the gap to 9 viruses.
Oh boy. But Frank with a lot of blue on the top line, and he's now had to burn the setup for that column 6 and 7. So we're gonna see if he wants to go and build a bridge there to bring that down, or what happens. Oh, he sees the double blue and decides, yeah, it's time to build something to handle that.
Swung has done a great job cleaning up his board, and now he is off to the races. He's still only up by 9 viruses, but now his pace has really picked up.
Yeah, but Frank is right behind. It's about 10 bars now. A little bit of an extra advantage there for Swank, but yeah, this much closer than we were at the beginning. Now it's gonna be all red and yellow for Frank, but he's getting red and blues and yellows. So little bits of blues that perhaps are not exactly what he wants right now.
Swung making some nice plays to minimize his drop time, trying to get through this level before Frank finishes up. The lead is now 6 viruses. Swung is trying to hang on. Looks like he's going to try to horizontal these blues in row number 2. Oh, very nice play. But it's now a 3 virus gap. This is all coming down to the end game now, and Swung just needs a whole bunch of red.
And a couple of yellows at the
Frank
right
has
time.
2 viruses left. This is going to be really close. Oh, and Frank is going to be out at 10:25, and so is Swang.
Oh boy. Okay. Time
We got to
for
check the tape because we might be
yeah.
going to overtime.
Oh my goodness, this is turning out to be, or what seems to be the year of the extra levels. Let's let me check. I'm still on that.
Hello, I'm just popping by to confirm that that was a tie we just saw.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
So
man.
hey,
Wow.
Jimmy,
So,
thanks for
game 3 is going to go to overtime. So, for those unfamiliar with the overtime rules, when in the event that both players finish with the same time, they will simply play the next level, in this case, level 18. And whoever finishes level 18 first will win the game.
And an
And then
important note, since I was going to
Go
say,
ahead.
and since this is the first 18 tiebreaker we've ever done, if you first to top out is eliminated. This is sudden death.
Yes. We do have
So whenever you're
to
ready.
account for things like that. Also, in the event that there is a tie in level 18, we will go to 19, and we will just keep going until we have decided a victor. We have a ready from Frank. So to celebrate Dr. Mario Monthly's second year, we're just going to play some more Dr. Mario, apparently.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just how much better to continue this streak that's been happening throughout the year, and as you said, celebrate the second year than with this with this extra level in the finals, which just shows how close both of our players are.
Wong putting up a heck of a fight, to his credit. It looks like Swang is ready, so all that awaits now is the countdown. 2, 1, pills, let's go. This is the first overtime that does not involve Savage Octagon.
Or
Yeah,
you.
but
No, I don't think I was involved in the second one. Nonetheless, Swang is off to the races. He is not wasting any time. Quick, aggressive play. You love to see it.
And you
and
have to
it's
be aggressive here because this is level 18. And especially when you're in Swang's position, you've basically gotten yourself an extra life here as he's down 0-2. So if he does well here, he could very, very well force that game 3. But I mentally, he's going to have to be drained because there's so much pressure here.
but
Yeah,
oh boy,
it's
Frank earlier just with a setup that looked a bit worrisome. I know he's playing on medium, but still, you don't want to top out.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
in a situation like this, not necessarily when you're speed running, but when you're doing this at a competitive level, you really want to just make sure you're managing that top line on these first and foremost. Once you get 2 or 3 rows down, that's when you can really start attacking the board, and that's what we're seeing here from both players.
there is a lack of red on Swang's top line right now.
We're so excited we can't even word straight, folks. This is phenomenal what we're watching right now.
Yep. Looks like Swang is trying to set up the cross clear on the reds there. He's going to go ahead and settle for just the horizontal, and he decided he's done waiting because you really can't afford to wait right now when you just have one level for all the marbles.
But both of them at 28 versus 27 for Swang. It's neck and neck at this point. We're already half a level, about 2 minutes into the game, and yet we have both of
Oh,
these
that
players.
Oh
cross clear.
my goodness, what a
That
combo
really
by Swang.
that was a great play. And here's another L clear coming up that's gonna keep him in the lead by a very slight margin.
He's opening up that board too with that L clear, especially in a corner situation like that. You want to try to keep as many options open as possible.
Oh, maybe
I think
setting
he
up even
might
for
be
a fat
going
log
for
there.
yeah, he might be going for the fat log. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. Oh, maybe it was.
I think he saw another out on the yellows and realized he had to act quick. Frank's down to 5, and when we get Swong's feedback here, he should be down to. He's down to 4. That double yellow's huge. Now he just needs 2 pills. Frank's got to do a force drop. Are we going to have another tie, folks? This is it.
No, we're not.
Swong's
I
gonna
think he
win.
got him. Swong is going to take
win
it by a
less
second.
than 2 seconds. Oh
Woo!
my lord.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Swong was facing a runner-up status, forced that level 18, and absolutely came through clutch with a couple of huge combos, including that one combo about a third of or 2/3 of the way through the stage, took out about 6.
That monster yellow cross followed by the double drop combo on the blues. He needed every single millisecond to get out of that one with a win.
So, JB, I've gone over the video.
And
What's up?
It's a second tie. Both of them out at 244.
My
are you
goodness.
serious?
I cannot
We're
be more
going to
serious. It's
19.
insane.
It's
We
our
are
first
going to-
double overtime.
Wow.
Oh my god! Just how much crazier can it get? It's the right way to celebrate the second anniversary. Just double overtime, first time ever.
So we have to take the crown off Swong's board. It is not official that he won that, or it is official that he hasn't won that, rather. So we're taking that off the board, and we're going to 19. And this is some hype in the chat, folks. Let's get it going. We have never seen this before. On our second birthday, everybody's being given a present of even more Dr. Mario.
Swong is going to switch to medium speed.
All right. We have a ready. We have 2 readies. It's time to start the first double overtime in the history of the Dr. Mario Championship.
Don dropping
right.
a fistful of gift subs. Thank you very much.
All right, it's 3-2. Gift sub. Let's go.
So Swong is playing this on medium because you have very little room between the top of the board and the top of the viruses. So
you're going to see players employ a very crucial strategy where they may rotate a pill upwards and have that top pill half over the top line or the very top of the board. If something's cleared with that, or if that pill is just placed, the top half goes away. It doesn't exist anymore. And you saw Frank employ that strategy beautifully. Although he's hung up on that right side with that yellow, he's going to need help.
yeah, Swong is also going to need some red help very soon, and he's finally going to get it. He had a lot of red on his top line early on. It's very difficult to contend with when you're this high up the board.
Yeah, every decision is just so much more crucial because one mistake and that's it. And especially when you're in a 0 to 20 speedrunning situation, this is where a lot of speedruns go to die because of just one misflip. So every decision's important, and you're going to see intentional misdrops just to keep space open for clears.
And
Frank has an early lead.
Precise.
Frank has an early lead because Swong got hung up at the top of his board because he wasn't getting the red pills he needed.
And you see Swong making that horizontal garbage clear. He's doing that just so he has space. Even at this height, every decision is incredibly important. And we're seeing Swong here. He's going to set up for a nice drop combo there. He's going to get 2 more off the board. He's down to 45, but Frank running away with this up by over 10.
Frank is looking good so far. Swong's got a Spire in column 3 that he's to contend with. Looks like he's setting up a cross clear.
Yeah, he was definitely looking for that red. It looks like he changed course, and he's now going to get a
Oh,
big
look at
combo
that drop.
out of it. And now he's going to just get 4 more off the board. Suddenly, this is a match again. He's down to 25. Look at that clutch tuck tying him up
All
with
of a
Frank.
sudden, it's
But
tied.
now he is all blue, all red, no yellow access, or very limited now. So he's got to be very careful with what he does here.
Nice quick correction by Swang. He had
Oh,
but that one
no.
looks like that one was flipped the wrong way. Shaking his head, he knows he made a mistake there. You just gotta suck it up and do the best you can with it.
He's not getting the reds that he needs though, so that's not super costly, but it's definitely costly in mind-wise.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not getting the red pills anyway, then it doesn't matter how many misdrops he makes.
But
We're
Frank
gonna
is
see
just two
Frank.
bars
Frank is
away.
just about done with a sub
Frank at
with
a
a sub
250.
319.
And that's what you want to shoot for in a good speed run too. You want to get those last levels in under 3 minutes, and that just takes a lot of practice. Swung here, that misflip right down the middle when he was tucking that pill in just really cost him here. But I think one of the more valiant efforts here, he had to force Frank, who's a perennial juggernaut, into a double overtime. Which that's hats off to Swung for that. And that was just to force a game 4. So what a run there by Swang. Nothing to be upset about there. One of the more exciting matches I think we've ever had in the history of the tournament. It's a great way to end.